I'm Jenny Gage, and this is Life Take Two. Hi guys, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my ex-MAGA turned woke feminist page. I am throwing together an emergency video right now with no script, no nothing, because we have to talk about this American Eagle ad fallout once again. I literally just put on some makeup for you in my pajamas, which were manufactured, by the way, by a non-racist, non-sexist, 100% organic, small clothing company that supports women. Link in the description, and no, they do not pay me. So the other day I played for you this little snippet from alt-right Glenn Beck, where he's drilling over Sydneysweeney. Here's that clip.
America's back. Not just America. America is back. I want to bring you some slight evidence of that. Let me start in 2019. This is an American Eagle ad from 2019. I'm showing you a poster of a very large Lizzo-style woman.
Style.
I mean, look at the size of that woman, okay?
That's a lot of denim.
That's a lot of denim. Didn't know America made that much denim, but that's 2019. Now let me show you with Sydneysweeney a new ad for America and American Eagles. Sweeney, which is on a lot of people's I wish I had that gal list, she dresses to impress the male species, okay? That ad is directly aimed at American men, the kind of men that everyone has said for the last 10 years should be ashamed of themselves.
Now, I'm really embarrassed to admit this, but when I saw that segment for the first time, I had no idea who Lizzo was. And that is because I was a white supremacist, white girl growing up in a very sheltered alt-right community where, honestly, I wasn't allowed to even really listen to the radio. And as an adult, I still really don't. But once I dig into her, I was completely embarrassed that I didn't know who she was because she's a remarkable human being. Lizzo is her stage name. Her real name is Melissa Jefferson. And she received 8 nominations at the 62nd Annual Grammy Awards, the most for any artist in that year, including nominations for each of the big 4 categories, and won the awards for Best Urban Contemporary Album, Best Pop Solo Performance, and all kinds of other stuff. Time magazine named Lizzo Entertainer of the Year for her meteoric rise and contributions to music. In addition to 4 Grammy Awards, she has also won a Billboard Music Award, a BET Award, and 2 Soul Train Music Awards. This woman is absolutely incredible. But Glenn Beck and his whole tribe of conservative hyenas don't give a shit about any of this because all they care about is how hot she looks in a pair of jeans. And you guys, if you're new to me, I came from this community. That was my entire life. And these men chewed me up and spit me out the other end. I've rewatched this Glenn Beck video maybe 50 times as I've been watching content. And here's my biggest takeaway. It hits me in the same way that all of the Jeffrey Epstein does. Men who see women as something to eat, a little snack to put on a plate and enjoy later. And now that I've spent the week researching who Lizzo is, I cannot believe that anybody would sit there in front of a microphone with a camera on and then broadcast this to the world like it is totally okay for them to disrespect a woman who is accomplished so fucking much in her life. And nobody gave that to her. And it wasn't just because she was blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and had big tits. She had to work her ass off for that. How dare you, Glenn Beck, disrespect a woman of this caliber because she doesn't give you a boner? Sorry to all of my grandmas in England. This video is going to include boner, pussy, fuck, and a couple of other things. And this is why I'm doing an emergency video in my pajamas right now, because Lizzo came out swinging. And I was watching her videos in bed last night, and I have to share them with you because she is not backing down. I'm going to play a little bit here, and then I want you to go to the link in the descriptions and watch her full videos because I can't post all of this sound for copyright reasons, but my God. This woman, what she's doing.
We're over this woke agenda. We're over the Lizzos. We're over the Dylan Mulvaney's. If this was a 300-pound, non-binary person, they would be applauding her.
Watch Lizzo eat these boys for breakfast and her sassy response. Go watch her full video. It is so great. This is a beautiful woman, and you know what? People are applauding her all over the world, not just because she's won so many awards, she makes such incredible music, but because she is absolutely gorgeous. And I'm sorry, but I think she nailed the Sydney Sweeney walk here better than Sydney Sweeney did. I think the double standard is ironic too. Men can be fat, old, wrinkly, bald, just plain ugly. They still think they're God's gift. If you aren't thinking to yourself right now, oh my God, that's the most amazing, fabulous, incredible thing that I've ever seen somebody do in response to hate, then you might not be the type of person who's going to blend well with me on my channel. So you might want to scroll before I get to the rest of this. That was incredible. This is my last day of being 50 years old. Tomorrow I turn 51. I spent most of my life inside of a community full of creeps like this, and I was married to a creep who made Glenn Beck look like Mother Teresa. And here's the impact that had on me as a woman. I spent 99.999% of my time worried about my waist, worried about my boobs, making sure that those boobs were squeezed into my Victoria's Secret push-up bra to the point that I had underwires digging into my ribs so that I could look as hot as possible. I spent almost all of my adult life really hungry. I'd be just driving across town with my kids in the back of the minivan, and my hands would be shaking because my blood sugar was crashing because I was always trying to keep myself squeezed into the box that the men that I was supposed to be squeezed into to be attractive to them, because somehow my little brain had been washed to the point that I thought that was the most important thing in my life. I was always trying to please the men around me in really insidious, ridiculous, and self-abandoning ways, because I believed everything that they had taught me, that there were pretty people and then there was everybody else. And you know what? That pretty box, that little teeny box that they squeezed me into, it was so small. Okay, we're going to talk about boxes for a minute. There are boxes, right? Here's my clothing company that I buy from. That's a box. You can fit so much stuff in that box. Then there's, boxes. And then there's boxes. And this little itty bitty box right here is the box that American men think we should all be squeezed into. Itty bitty, little teeny waists, and nice little bubbly butts, soft voices, and just a certain look, and the big boobs, and just willing to spread our legs. I spent my entire life squeezing myself into this box, and it meant that I had to cut off so many other aspects of myself, like my brains, like my work ethic, like my ability to provide for myself. All of that, it didn't fit in the box. It had to, my raspy voice, my opinions about things, they didn't fit in this damn box. Political ideas, that's about science and math and things like that. They didn't fit into that goddamn box over there. Fuck the box. I'm going to share with you just a few of the comments on some of these American Eagle ads all over Facebook, because again, I have rebranded the GOP as gross old pervs for a reason, and I'm going to show you what that reason is right now as I share with you some of the things that are online around this ad. Now, I don't think the ad itself would have been that big of a deal if it wasn't for how the gross old pervs interpreted and handled the ad. First up, American Eagle, can you please explain to me what this ad even is? This is on their official Facebook page. Thank you, mother. We all say in unison. What does that mean? Somebody help me understand what that even means. Like, I always joke about how the men just want a mom with benefits. Are they talking about her genetics? Is that mother fucker? What are they doing here? So thank you, mother. We all say in unison. When Sydney drops her faves, we listen and shop everything on sale. All right, here's some of the comments on this post. Beautiful, slim, white women modeling clothes. Seems it's not allowed much last few years. American Eagle, and then the little smiley face. Will grow my bangs in and rip my nose ring out. Just like making fun of women who wear nose rings. Women who don't look a certain way. Okay, so this guy's name is Pemba, and he says, my fave are when she drops them on the floor and screams, come to bed, Pemba. And I clicked into this guy's profile. There's not a snowball's chance in hell that Sydney Sweeney is ever going to drop anything on the floor. This is disgusting. Todd just keeps it simple. Love these ads. Capital letters. A lot of capital letters going on here. Love you, Sydney. Way to go. America is back. America's back because a skinny little blonde woman is squirming around on the floor. Darn it, even her dog is cute. American Eagle make ad girls hot again, and just the grammar throughout all of these comments drives me crazy. I'm not 100% sure what this guy is saying here. Hank here says, maybe I can start putting posters on the wall again. I'm sure young men will have a crush. Oh, awesome. Trumpism and the gross old pervs has brought back acceptable. Go GOP. This one is so offensive I can barely even read it without cringing. The Irish and Scottish people of America are tired of racism against us. We have a right to celebrate our heritage too. The ad is celebrating us. I would have absolutely posted something like that when I was a white supremacist. This is white supremacy. And because of Trumpism, because of the gross old pervs, this is now okay for it to rear its ugly heads and for this guy to post this on Facebook. It's like the 90s again with hot chicks in jeans. Sydney, you have good genes. I mean jeans. Super clever, Patrick. Wow, I'm so glad that you spelled that out for us because none of us were picking it up. This guy had this big long post, but at the end he said, my daughter and I are going to buy a boatload of American jeans. And I saved the best for last. And this is the best because now, for those of you who didn't know who Lizzo was, maybe I was the only one in the whole entire world. Now you know that she is an accomplished, incredible human being. Brandon Corden says, so much better than seeing Lizzo. What the actual fuck is going on? That this is okay, out completely in the open now, and that they're like, everybody else is wrong. If you don't agree with this misogyny, this sexism, this predatory behavior, this objectifying young women for their bodies and fantasizing about them, coming to bed and screaming our names. This is what conservative men call progress. This right here. America is back. And you know what? I think that America might be back again. And it absolutely terrifies me because America was built on colonization. America was built on the complete genocide of the indigenous populations. America was built on slavery, sexism, indentured servitude. America called young women in a small colony witches, burned them at the stake, hung them from the gallows, buried them under the rocks until their bodies were compressed to death under the weight of the boulders that the village people stacked on top of them. This is not progress. They have taken over and they are trying to take us back to a time that none of us want to go. Make America Great Again is a lie from the pits of hell. America has never been great, but we have the potential to be. Let's make America great for once. I don't want this for myself, and I sure as hell don't want this for my daughters. A man is not a plan, never has been, never should be. Let's stop breeding with narcissists. In a couple generations, this will all die off. The future will thank us. Birth strikes, West for bees, buy a cat. Ladies, we are writing the future that our daughters will live out right now. What we do matters. They may have started this revolution, but we are going to finish it. This weekend, I have a homework assignment for you. Can you take one day that you don't buy anything from a corporation like Walmart, Target, Fry's, anything like that you're not shopping on Amazon? Sunday is my day that I do that. I go out to local farmers markets, not for religious reasons, for woke, feminist, atheist reasons. We eat almost exclusively from farmers markets on Sundays. Local people, real farmers who are out there getting their hands in the dirt, which I have plenty of around me. Find some female-owned businesses and put your money there. Find a single mom who's struggling. Send her a HelloFresh meal box. Take care of her kids for her for a day. Do some yard work for her. Women supporting women will change the world. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.